Hello. Hey guys. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. We just about to get into a collective energy spread to see what the vibe is for the collective. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And of course, since it is a collective message, if you are present during the live, then more than likely your energy is also being picked up if needed. So, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, especially if the messages that I deliver resonate. So, again, this is collective, all signs, masculine, feminine, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. But it's also what we make it, right? We attract our tribe, our vibes. So, just take 4 deep breaths, 4 counts of 4. So, as you're inhaling, you want to be mindful to inflate your belly with air and not so much have the chest rise above your solar or the belly area. And as you're inhaling, you're doing this for a count of 4. So it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now counting back down or in descending order is when you exhale. And you do that 4 times with being mindful of filling your belly with air first. So you do that to center yourself, to concentrate on your breathing or whatever comes to mind. Don't resist it, just acknowledge it and get back to the center of you. And you do that 4 times. So inhale for 4, exhale for 4 times. I'll give you some time to do that. And we'll get started with checking the vibe. So I already have this deck out, which is the Cosmic Reading Cards. That's the deck I have out right now, the Cosmic Reading Cards. Okay. And we'll get started there. This is to see what sparks this energy within you that allows you to go after what you want right now. Let's see what the vibe is. Cosmic Reading Cards. Okay. See what this is. Activation cards for the soul. 444. Number 33 comes out. And number 33 is transformation. Whatever this is that you are now growing through, that you have mastered, is something you're supposed to teach. So, in order for you to teach what you've learned, especially if it's something that shifts your soul, allows you to remember who you are, this is what you'll be teaching, which means you have great experience in this area of transformation. You're a master of transformation. Okay, let's continue. Collective message. Patience. A journey that taught you patience. And it was definitely a journey because it was something you needed divine assistance in. Patience. And this is all about what is it that you do when you're at a standstill. Many have come to a brighter view of what that is during this full moon in Libra that we just had on the 28th, right? Full moon in Libra was at 8 degrees, which is the Two of Swords, which is why I'm saying being at this point of where there's no movement. Just because there isn't no movement doesn't mean that there isn't anything happening. There's a lot that's being transmuted and transformed to get you to the realization that all of this was the process of transformation. Whatever that was for you, however it was, these situations that occurred that got to this vulnerable space, that was the only way you was going to be able to transform and learn this lesson in life when it came to patience. Because without this, it's not necessarily that a person has a green thumb, it's just that they're patient enough to allow the process to be what it is for that particular seed, an environment. It's the whatever it's in that environment to flourish. Is it the proper environment for it? Everything like that. So it also came with learning forgiveness, with it being at the bottom of the deck, number 10. 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune. So in order for you to even expand and get these, opportunities or connect to these opportunities, you needed to learn what it meant to have compassion, which means seeing these things that required you to have patience in from a higher perspective through the transformation. And a lot of that for so many is going to come down to your personal identity. The reason why I say that is because if you're into the moon cycles, the next new moon will be in Aries, which is the first house or the house of I am. So it's like, who are you? Who are you? Not what the world says based on what you do, or you based on what you do, but who are you? When you say I am, what follows that as you describe yourself? Okay. So, interestingly enough, who's here? I see some people in here, but don't want to say anything. What's going on? What's up? And we got Shine, number 29, 11. There we go with this balance again. Libra is all about balance. So, This is shining from the crown chakra. And it flows down. So that's interesting because I was noticing the timer, and each time I looked at the timer, the numbers were in descending order. So that's what it seems like. It's like you're getting this divine assistance to be patient as you go through this transformation and receive these downloads that's going to allow you to shift or recognize what needs to shift. Shadow self is at the bottom of the deck, number 28. 10. 1. Endings and new beginnings. The shadow self. What is that to you? What does this mean to you? You know, because when things get too hot, the shadow is there to cool it down. Okay. I love you in a more quieter mood right now. Love that. Love that. So let's continue. Let's get one more. Ooh, limitless. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Spirit said, hello, darling. Hello, darling. Calming is fitness. Hello, darling. You see that? Now we have this card here, number 20, limitless. Some of you have yet to come to this realization that you are the one who decides what is it that you consider to be a limit. You know, 20 is a judgment card. Judgment is also part of this eighth house Scorpio like energy because it's about transformation. It's about things that are deep beneath the surface that come to life or to your realization. But you're going to have to decide what you're going to do with it. You are patient with the changes that come to you or that will be happening for you as you go through this process. You'll be able to shine through that alignment phase of it. But you have to trust in the unknown as well as what you know. And be confident in those things. So, at the bottom of the deck, we have the card that actually came out for the image of this live, Unconditional Love, number 7. And 7 is about divine assistance. So, here we go. This is what happens when you decide to ask for things, you know, and the universe and the divine creator will give it to you. But to give it to you, that means certain things have to shift around. And once you ask, the shift begins. And to have this unconditional love outside, it needed to happen within first. No problem at all. Cross girl, welcome. What's going on? Hope you've been well. So it's a vibe right now. I'm just allowing these messages to flow because that's just what they're doing. What's this? Let's see. What's this about? Okay. What's this? Let go. Let go. 19. You want success, happiness, joy of joys. Some card 19. Let go. What was this though? Let go. We got intuition. Number 18. Let go They're saying let go of the feeling if you're overthinking it, because to follow your intuition means it hasn't made sense yet. You have intuition. Under that, interesting, the golden crown. Now, this is related to the golden aura as well. So, going back to what we just said about letting go of the feeling enough to follow the intuition, because once we start to make sense of it, it's no longer an intuitive decision, it's just now a practical one. So, 14, golden crown. Saying 14, golden crown, the way I said it is because patience is the temperance card, which is about patience. So it's definitely a sequence of events that's happening. And as long as you can follow the sequence of what it is, for a lot of you, that's what it means to be aware. It's like, all right, bet this is happening. Let me see what it is that I need to see so I can know what it is that I need to change. To simplify it, if anything. Then you got be fearless. Be honest with yourself and about the situation. Awaken. Number one. Surrender. 31. Celestial teacher. The other image of this live. Welcome. Whoever just entered, hi. 12. Emotions. Shift your perception when it comes to what you're feeling. Look at that. Shift your perception to compassion. That means you really got to see this from a higher perspective, whatever this is. That compassion and forgiveness is a big deal. I mean, at the end of the day, this is all related to what it is that you want for your life. Because if you want, whatever you consider to be success, which is your happiness, your peace, your joy, and your bliss, then you're going to have to figure out what it is that keeps you at this energetic space that allows you to continue to create. And if not, find your way getting back, finding your way back into that space, even if things aren't going according to plan. Or, at least in this way of thinking and doing that allows you to keep moving forward. You got gratitude. Start gratitude for those things that you consider to be a restriction, as we got number 15, which is a devil card. Then we got walk your truth with number 35, or an 8, the strength card. Walk your truth when it comes to your creativity, what it is that you want to create as far as your own business, your projects, hobbies. Even if it comes down to romance, what is your idea of what romance is? You can't look at other people's situation and always compare it to yours. What does love look like to you? What does a happy, peaceful, joyful, faithful, nurturing, fertile relationship, romantic connection look like to you? You know what I mean? So that is that. That was nice. Let's move on though. Before we get back into the earthly realm, let's hang out in the ethers just a little bit more. We're gonna check out the Hidden worlds and the angels and ancestors. But we're going to start with the angels and ancestors first. You feel me? So here we go, y'all. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. We're going to see what the messages are. We already know. Spirit said, we're going through a transformation. All right. That's teaching you patience, the light at the end of the tunnel, and prosperity and abundance. But it comes down to a decision you make. Let's see if, throughout these other cards, we can get what the decision may be about, as it is collective. So a lot of things may pop out here. So all right. I hope everyone's well. How many earth signs? What's your signs in here? What's your signs in here? If you know your sun, moon, and rising, go off. What's going on? Well, who we got in here? What energy we got up in here? Let me know. What's up? One card out. We got choose your path. Do we got fixed signs in here? We got Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius people in here. We got choose your path over here coming out. Direction guardian. Transformation. Now we got direction. A move, huh? We got guardian angel. You are not alone. Some of you been seeing feathers. You're in Aquarius, okay? All right. So I guess Spirit's just letting me know that that's who's in here. So if that's who's in here, one thing about fixed energy is just that it's whatever it knows is where it goes. Yes, darling. You did. You did. So whatever it's focused on, it goes. Now, if we had to say what each of those are, the fixed signs, and I mean it like this, Taurus is about I have. So if we're talking about Taurus and the I have, we're talking about the root chakra. The next fixed sign we have is Leo. Leo is I will, fifth house. Going back to Taurus, sorry, I didn't mention that house. Taurus is the second house. Leo, going back, is the fifth house. Okay. And it's I will. Then we have Scorpio, the eighth house. I transform or desire. Last but not least, we got Aquarius, 11th house. I know. Now, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is about your core values, luxury, love, personal finances, anything that you value that seems to be a great, high price or anything like that, even when it comes down to love, luxury. Leo is ruled by the sun. Scorpio is ruled by, depending on what you're talking about, Mars and Pluto. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of sudden change, enlightenments, awakenings, which is what the age of Aquarius is. Now we got here choose your direction. Okay. So now we know the energies we got going on up in here. I have, I will, I desire, transform, I know. So I know what I have and I will transform. I know what I desire and I will transform. It's like that's the energy around it. So you can choose your own path. Whatever you decide to go for it, basically. Now that doesn't come easy, obviously, right? Doesn't come easy. Especially you got this guardian angel coming out at the bottom of the deck. It's like, okay, what's really good that now I got a guardian angel on deck, depending on which direction I go. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Oh, now okay, see, it's about to get real. The warrior. Okay. Choose your path. Then the warrior comes out. I'm immediately feeling that Nine of Wands energy. Nine of Wands energy is the moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so what does that mean? The moon in Sagittarius. The moon is about the emotions you have attached to memories. Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, is about and growth in seeking your truth and how you're going to integrate that into society. It's basically like your life path. So the warrior here is saying be fearless and stand strong when it comes to your life path. Now, that's a major thing there to go through a transformation. Like, definitely, I can see why patience would come out. This is going to be your best friend. Okay. This is going to be your wand when it comes to magic and going through this and being the magician of your life. Because those tests will test you. You're gonna have to remember that you are the warrior. Okay. Now, Nine of Wands, emotion attached to memories when it comes to the Sagittarius energy. It's like the emotions you have attached to memories as it relates to higher education. So this can start from high school on up. Emotions attached to memories to a particular um, vacation spot that you went to or want to go to, or just a place that you just traveled to, not even for vacation, but having to do with foreign affairs, business wise, or sports or anything like that. And this could also have something to do with emotions attached to memories as it relates to child past life, whether if it's yours or someone very close to you that's affecting you right now. If like you're watching this reading to figure out, okay, what's going on with this person when you really should just be focused on you, but hey, to each his own. Then you can look at child past life and bring it back to you also. Check your child past life. Check your past life as a child. You know what I'm saying? So um, it's just really clearing obstacles so that way you can choose your path. Let's get another card here. It says be fearless and stand strong. Mm-hmm. Yes. Ooh. This may seem like be fearless and stand strong. It came out sideways. It felt like a block, like something just blocked me. Stargazer, set your sights higher. Okay. Felt like a block, set your sights higher. Yeah, it feels like the Five of Pentacles, the lack of knowing who you are. You know, it's like being fixed on something. It's okay if you're a fixed sign or anybody's sign, but when you're fixed on something, it becomes your destination. Like it becomes a target, and it's like everything flows in that direction. Now, wherever this is that you're pointing towards, you need to set your sights higher. That's probably why if you feel blocked from doing something, it's because you can take it up a notch. And you're probably sitting in your comfort zone, just doing what's comfortable to you rather than going for what you really, really want. Going for your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So that was interesting. For some of you, it's like not going after your passions because of the process it may take to. I mean, whatever your passion is, it's the process won't affect you because it's a passion. You're gonna do it regardless. So whatever seems like a process to you, think about that because your passion, you'll allow the time that it needs to have to do what it needs to do. Um, the way I'm speaking, it feels like it's direct, so this may not even resonate with everybody. Um, but hey, that is the collective message here. Connect with your emotions, washing it away. Connect with your emotions enough to bring you back to your intuition. Can you get another one? Connect connect with your emotions, water guardian. Now we have this one out and we mentioned fixed signs, water sign, and that energy would be Scorpio, which is the 8th house, which is the transformation energy. Now, connect with how you feel about teaching a major life lesson you learned. As you think about that, you realize how much you've learned. Plain and simple. But in that process of realizing that yourself, something starts to unfold within you, a creative idea. Because you have finally applied the knowledge from the lesson, which is the lessons, which is basically the objective of Saturn, right? So if we think about it that way, Saturn would also be Capricorn energy, which is a 10th house energy. And if we're talking about 10th house energy, we're talking about your professional image, your career, your goals. Now, this could be things of the mundane if we're talking about the career aspect of things. Okay. Because give me 1 second. It's like I'm getting so many different. Okay. They want you to connect with your emotions. For some of you, it could be the way you view your work versus your career. Your work is your soul's purpose. And a lot of people don't realize that their soul purpose is something that they enjoy doing. It's effortless. They can wake up and do it any time of day. There's no set schedule, even when they consider themselves taking a break from whatever it is that they do. It's not even a break because part of their lifestyle revolves around that work. Now, career, you may schedule that time out to do that work. Granted, balance in life, but the objective is for you to choose your own path. And to do so, you have to step into that warrior spirit and be fearless and stand strong when it comes to um, what you consider life to be for you. You know, they say reach for the stars for a reason, because no matter how far you go into the galaxies, you'll see a star that's always going to be around. So connect with your emotions. Hold the space. The druid. Hold the space. Under that we have trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. So hold the space. It's basically saying, okay, I am worth this, so I'm gonna hold the space to be this. Holding the space within your mind, body, and soul that yes, you are worthy of this. Okay. We're shortly coming into that season of Taurus, worth the other fixed sign. So this is an interesting reading. How we're reading about let me see something. Well, it was just in Scorpio. The moon was. It's now in Sagittarius. The moon in Sagittarius is that Nine of Wands card that I was thinking of here when I saw this. Being fearless and standing strong, the wounded warrior. So, think of the things that bring you healing. That's a side note. Think of the things that bring you healing. Let's see what we got going on. What we got going on. All right, here we go. If you listen to this on the playback, you'll find a nice little breathing exercise. Let's see what we got. What we got. This is the Moonology Oracle deck. Okay. Wow, see? Telling you fixed signs for sure. Hold your vision. We got the fixed moon card coming out. Fixed moon. We just finished talking about the fixed signs for a reason. Balsamic moon. Now the balsamic is actually the waning crescent phase, which is right before the new moon. Now this phase is about healing, soothing, and surrendering. As you can see here, it says a time for healing. So in order for you to heal, you need to surrender. Make sure that vision that you have for your life is strong enough that when you encounter these moments where you need to show compassion, you're able to do so. Because if that's a major test for you, then imagine that. Like, it's basically, okay, you don't get this together, you don't get what you're wishing for. Simply said, right? So, I mean, it is what you make it, baby. Oof. You're very close to achieving your goal, which is actually the moon phase that we're in right now. The disseminating phase is the wanting gibbous phase, but this is a moon gibbous moon card, but we are in the wanting gibbous phase. Relaxing, accepting, and regrouping. You're very close to achieving your goal, so relax, accept, and regroup. Whatever this is that you connected to as you do so with your emotions. What is it that you're feeling? And in that, Set your sights higher. Come back to you, the main player, and set your sights higher. Okay? You're very close to achieving your goal. Then, final message. You're very close to achieving your goal. Hold your vision. Ooh, love that. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius, the moon currently in Sagittarius. Now, what does that mean? With the moon in Sagittarius, is basically your feelings right now is tapped into your own philosophy, what brings you growth, what allows you to stay in this space of being optimistic, happy. What is God or universal laws or any laws mean to you at that moment in time that you're thinking about them or feeling through them? Now, collectively, I can tell you that the moon is touching on the energies of the way you think. It's currently in the third house. So that's the house of Gemini. Gemini is a mutable sign. Mutable means to constantly shift. Now you see why you got this here, choose your path. So it's in Gemini. They want you to connect with your emotions in order to stabilize the back and forth movement that may be going on because of what's rising up in your feelings, right? Now, for some, this could have something to do with social media, communications, um, seeking information as it relates to your truth because it is in the sign of Sagittarius, right? Your, this is where the moon is right now. And these are the energy that what I'm describing right now is basically what the collective may be feeling, although nobody may talk about it. Everyone right now is connected to broaden their horizons and seeing the bigger picture. Okay. So get a kick out of that. Wow. Then you got the new moon in Sagittarius under here. So either this ninth house energy is very important to you, the Sagittarius, or wherever Jupiter falls in your chart, if you know your natal charts, because this has a lot to do with the expansion too. In terms of like tarot cards, this would be the sign for the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. But it requires you to have patience, temperance, because something needs to change. So now something needs to change. We have Aquarius, the other fixed sign that has to do with the world around you. Okay. Whether it be other cooperations or other cultures, arts, friends, social relationships, any small groups that you may be part of, whatever, your soul tribe. It's like there's a change within that either, not that either, but that the lessons of patience being a virtue as well is like you get to see yourself for who you truly are. So can others. And there's going to be certain things that you're going to have to surrender or let go of, as we saw before that card of let go, right? So, top of the deck. Ooh, you got to step out your comfort zone, the North Node, your life lesson and what you're striving for. far as that's concerned, the North Node, that's also that's in the sign of Gemini, but in its polar opposite sign's house, which is Sagittarius. So the energies are pulling very strongly right now amongst everyone as it relates to their belief in the way they think. So a lot of people are shifting a lot of the things that they're doing because of these newfound truths that they have. Everyone's choosing their own path. And take that into consideration in everything you do. And bring it back to, again, self. Okay? That universal love for self so that way you're even in the position to give to others. Because if not, you know, what you're able to give at that time is unfair to you and those on the receiving end. So we got to step out of your comfort zone with surrender to the divine full moon. The last full moon we had was in Libra. Full moon is about surrendering, seeing completions and results from something you may have started 6 months prior to that full moon itself. And there was a level of forgiveness needed for this to grow and step into that space of completion. And this is where you got to surrender whatever it is that you need to heal so that way you can forgive and therefore reap what you sow, the fruits of your labor, baby. Because there is nothing like being able to move on from something you never thought you'd be able to get out of. And anytime you feel like you don't deserve something, think of those moments that you know, really knew that you wasn't supposed to make it out of and you did. Whatever it was, it doesn't even have to be so dramatic as like life itself, but it's just you needed to respond to a situation in order to come out on top or at least survive before you even think of strive and survive, because it's just enough, but you're more than that. But if it's just to that point, then what got you to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you find within you to even want to? Because some people can't come into that space, but it's because they don't know that they can. You know? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. It's like Spirit is reminding me what I wanted to say. So the last full moon was the full moon in Libra. Libra is the seventh house, which is about eye balance. This full moon came down to completions and results as long as you forgave certain partnerships, teamwork, or even, I say if you're married, certain disconnects or miscommunications between you and your partner or partners. Come into a space of forgiveness where things were in balance and somebody's feelings may have gotten hurt. Because for the full moon to be at the degrees of 8 degrees, which is the first decan of it, it's coming down to your feelings, how you feel about it, because this is why you got connecting to your emotions. And I'm saying your feelings because the first decan of Libra is ruled by the moon. Each sign has 3 decans. First decan is 0 to 10 degrees. Second decan is 11 to 20 degrees, or 11 to 19, 20 degrees. And then third would be 20 to 30. So the full moon was at 8 degrees. And if you go deeper into it, as we got Stargazer here, if you go deeper into it, you can actually look up the actual star that's connected to that degrees and figure out what that means to you. You know, so yeah, it's really it was a full moon, it was a super moon at that, so it was like double the energy. So it was really removing a lot in order to get you closer to achieving your goals. Because the next moon cycle that creates some type of change, they all do, but most would know about the new and full moon, so we'll do that for now. And then as you evolve, you start to realize how much of a creator you are as well. But that's, you know, as we continue on with the channel, may even do other things. Off topic. Anyway, so, okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. This full moon in Libra being at 8 degrees, being ruled by the moon. These are emotions that are attached to memories. You know, what are you feeling about these memories when it comes to certain partnerships? Have you forgiven all of them enough for you to balance out your scales? Okay. Because prior to balancing out the scales, or in tarot, the justice card would be number 11, therefore, Wheel of Fortune, which is a completion of a cycle and learning a lesson to get you closer to completing that karmic lesson for that specific stage. Because for every level, there's a test. You're constantly going through these shifts, and we call them tests. But as you evolve, you realize they're not really so much tests. They're just, what would you, I'll say tune up spots, or I don't know, not to make it sound so like, oh my God, like, no. When you look at it, it's like, okay, had this not occurred in the manner that it did, would I have shifted without it? You know, we got to step out your comfort zone. Usually something's got to make you uncomfortable to step out your comfort zone. So, and work through your fears, as we're saying, all of that's at the bottom of the deck with new moon and Scorpio. New moons are all about your dreams, your potentials, and even your, you know, having a clean slate when it comes to these dreams and these potentials is view things much clearer because you surrendered something, you reevaluated something, you accepted and regrouped from the other phases prior to that, and whatever sign it was, and what, you know, if you want to go that far into it, where you start to really get deeper in tune to what's going on above you as it is so below. So, you know, teaching, huh? As we are talking about all this celestial teaching, this is the most talking I've done regarding like even giving like astrology houses and going a little bit more in depth and using them constantly. So that's definitely something, a message here for some of you teaching. You know, the top of the deck, we have expect powerful change. You create anything is possible. Let's put these up and let's continue on here. I'm gonna use the I'm gonna use whatever I'm guided to use once I put these boxes up. So change is inevitable. All we must do is adapt, honey. All we must do is adapt. Let's see here. Let's use the fortune telling deck. Thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, especially if it's resonating with you, honey. And what's going on? Talk to me. What's on your mind? What you feeling? Feeling. Changing the bigger picture. A change to see the bigger picture. Let's see. Ooh, mature woman. So definitely karmic lessons as it relates to intuition or emotions. Well, intuition, nurturing, how to nurture yourself, your intuition or intuitive thoughts, especially as it relates to what's manifest in your reality. See, ooh, marriage. There we go. Maybe it is emotions again, connecting with the emotions here. Okay, we got 6, 3. We got the mature woman and the marriage. So definitely talking about the idea of partnerships, higher levels of commitments. Okay, prepared for these higher levels of commitments. Community 39. Let's see here. Let me get another message because that can go so many different ways. This is collective, yes, but okay. Bad health. So, community, bad health, knowing who is around you, who doesn't need to be as it relates to a marriage or conversations about marriage with certain people, too, mature people, emotionally available, mature people. Well, having to come to that space is what needs to be realized amongst the collective. So these just go so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? So with this community and bad health situation, though, it has something to do with the foundation. Could be a friendship. Yeah, could be a friendship, childhood friendship. Okay. Now, let's see. What does this mature woman in marriage have to do with it? Oh Lord. Looks like baby mama drama, ain't gonna lie. But somebody feels like they lost an opportunity when it comes to marriage because of their process of evolution. Now that they've gone through it, they're wanting to see, okay, what next? What next? When does this happen? When does this shift? When is it my time? Feeling like they've been robbed from their time. Or it could also be the knowing of what these childhood wounds did when it came to your selection of people. Because these wounds were open or unrecognized or hidden, you've attracted certain people in order for you, the physical, to come to the realization that you can't hide this for too long. You're going to have to handle this, or it's going to creep up in different ways or different scenarios when it comes to your lifestyle. Okay. We got courthouse. Okay. Dealing with legalities. I mean, we just left the full moon in Libra, which has to do with legal matters. Or justice system. Now, It's bringing me back to a fair decision, that win-win outcome. Yeah, that full moon and Libra energy. Win-win outcome. Whatever the decision is, for right now, it's a win-win. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. Forgiveness is needed. Forgiveness is needed for the healing. Forgiveness is needed. Forgiveness is needed. Another message here. Yeah, forgiveness is needed. It was part of the journey to create this change. Well, yeah, this is exactly it right here. Forgiveness is needed because you have to go through all this toil. The toil and labor was the pathway to change, basically, is what they're saying. The toil and labor was the pathway to change. And that's what these lessons are about. So it's like once you decide something, the clock starts to tick. Divine timing, divine order. Sometimes a major part of that divine order is you deciding what you're going to do when it comes to certain bad habits that you may have picked up from your community or those around you, and shifting your perception about that so that way you can have this change and have a solid foundation moving forward. This may happen during Virgo season. Or some of you could be connected to a Virgo. Message of concern. About what? About what? Oh, false person. See? The message of concern, I feel like this is a change that you have within yourself about your reality and who's false, because now you're handling all these childhood wounds. It's like the more you heal, the stronger you are to, see what else is out there and embark on these new journeys, especially if you're wounded from an old journey that was there to transform you. Until you heal, moving forward is only going to be but so until you heal. All right. So it's one situation. Okay. What else do you have for the collective? What else do you have for the collective, spirit? What else do you have for the collective? False person. You saw me shuffle, or at least heard me shuffle. Work now. There's a change in work after realizing the false person. And energy travels. Main female. Oof. Okay. Let's see what else. The lovers. Now here. Now here. Main female, false person, despair. Somebody you feel like you can't work something out with because they may be connected to someone else. But that could also be your mind If there's something you need to release, it's causing you to think anything but positive thoughts about this situation so you can think clearly. We have ships coming in or change coming in, but it's at the distant horizon. So there's change coming, but it's pretty far, but you can see it. However, imprisonment, 29, 11, justice system. There we go. Thief. Privileged lady. What in the hell? Okay. Under the privileged lady is the pathway. Huh. Now, look at this image. The privileged lady. Because I think I know where this is coming from. The house and this lady in this dress, madam. The house and the lady in this dress. The person plays this back, they'll know what the message is if they're still there. But man, oh man, oh man. Yeah. Toil and labor. So there's some unfair business going on up in here when it comes to a network of people. And in claiming that there aren't any positions. But that's only happening because there's an affair going on within whatever this agreement is. It's not that there is no work, it's just about more so who you know. But it's not so much who you know, it's really who knows you. Shout out to I Am Athlete for that. Ricky Fred. It's really who knows you. So start putting yourselves in positions where people know who you are. Okay. That don't stop coming out. And this has something to do with your physical reality. When it comes to transformation and going for what you want and living your best life, it has a lot to do with knowing what it is that you want to do and really doing that. And it's authentic to you. Where people are going to want to know who you are. You're not so concerned about who knows who as far as like outside of you. Who knows you? You can know people, but who knows you?